So yesterday I talked about what if the Krogan existed in the Star Trek universe, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to do another video talking about another sci-fi franchise element and what if it existed in the Star Trek universe. And that is, you could see, what if the Chaos Gods from Warhammer 40k existed in the Star Trek universe, and how would they affect the Star Trek universe? The quick answer is really badly. It'd be bad if the Chaos Gods existed in there. Now, obviously, that we're taking out all the stuff from the Eldari and all the other stuff. This is just what if they were part of the Star Trek universe. So let's get started. So I always have a problem with mispronouncing some of the names, so I do apologize in advance. But yeah, let's get started. So, the four Chaos Gods, what if they existed in the Star Trek universe? Well, obviously, the first thing they'd be at war with is all the other omnipotent beings. The Chaos Gods would probably also not only be at war with the other beings, like the Q Continuum, the Organians, Trelane and his parents, and whatever beings they are. All the godlike beings throughout the universe, like the prophets and all the others, would basically be at war with the Chaos Gods. But the problem is that the Chaos Gods draw their power from from certain elements of the universe itself. Hell, half the shit these godlike beings do will just fuel the Chaos Gods even more. That's kind of the rub, is that these gods draw their power from other elements, and they're just by existing, and how they conduct themselves. So each god is going to get more empowered, and probably even they could even and again, it's really hard to speculate power levels of omnipotent beings, but I would hazard a guess, if the cards fell in the right spot, I would honestly believe that the Chaos Gods would be the top of the food chain against these other gods, against these other godlike beings. So let's get started with how they'd affect the Star Trek universe on a whole. Now, obviously, the Chaos Gods are, Nurgle, Technich, I'm going to mispronounce these, Slaanesh, and Kron. So, Kron would probably be the new god. I know the Klingons said they don't worship gods, they worship the path of Kahless and everything he stands for. But Kron would be all over him. Kron would be all over the Klingons. Even though, yes, they don't, in Klingon proverbs, they always said that the Klingons killed their gods and followed the path of honor through Kahless. But the thing of it is that Kron would be all over the Klingons in a heartbeat. He would instantly be influencing them to the point where the Klingons would be shouting, "Blood for the Blood God! Skulls for the Skull Throne!" Yeah, if not them, I could see Kron, pulling the strings every time there's a massive war in the Star Trek universe. Every time there's a massive war in the Star Trek universe, Kron is going to be there, just kind of absorbing all that chaos energy. Slaanesh, I would probably see them. I know they say him or her. It's the them, technically. I could see them being a dark influence on the Romulans, and maybe even influencing the Vulcans. I could even see them I could see them trying to tempt the Vulcans and bring them to them. I think that would be that's kind of terrifying. Technich would be the one to really look out for the Federation. I really do think Technich would be the one the Federation, and maybe even the Romulan Empire, should be the most concerned about, because the Federation and the Romulans both are trying to have scientific advances throughout their empires. So I could imagine, and considering half the dark shit that the black site stuff that that the Federation and, more importantly, the Romulans are capable of, I would not put it past either of them to try to dabble in Technich's dark arts, and because he's all about he's all about not seeking knowledge and finding new things. So Technich draws his power from knowledge and whatnot. Nurgle, I would imagine he'd probably be everyone's problem. He'd probably, for some reason, I kind of seeing the Cardassians kind of being drawn to Nurgle, and his fat ass. I would also say that Technich would also probably maybe have, like, try to get some influence from the Borg. Though, now that I think about it, I don't think the Borg would, I don't think the Chaos Gods would be able to draw any influence from the Borg, kind of like how they can't really draw influence from the Necrons, mostly because, well, these guys don't believe in that. Like, it's all about logic and, advances and whatnot. So I don't think the Borg would probably be one of the few races that wouldn't be, in danger of being influenced or worshipping the Chaos Gods. The Federation itself might be even, like, threatened from within. It didn't take a lot for them to, corrupt Horus and launch a 9-year war that nearly damn near broke the Imperium. How do you think they're gonna do with, how fast these people, the Federation and all their multiple religions, and there's also that kind of religious quandary right there. The Federation has really prided itself on allowing, all these different races to practice religions and, freely. That's kind of a thing. So imagine if some of them do find their way to, like, start practicing in worshiping one of the Chaos Gods, and does that, like, would that morality of, hey, this thing is like a dark... I would imagine the Federation would have to step in, but at first, here's the problem, is that the Federation would probably recognize the worship of the Chaos Gods as, like, a recognized religion. But once they realize, oh, fuck, these things are real, and they're really dangerous, then it would be a problem. But by then, it might, the damage might already be done to the Federation at that point. Again, that's really speculative. So I can't really say much. So I can't really speculate that far into it. The other thing is, again, like, now we're dealing with not just that. We're dealing with magic. We're dealing with incomparable magic that could easily, turn the tide for one of these races. And we could even see, like, how we saw the Imperium break apart after the Horus Heresy, and create all these other Chaos chapters. There could be a good chance that every one of these factions could break off and make their own little Chaos factions, worshipping different gods and fighting among themselves in their own capacity. Thankfully Abaddon isn't here to, rally everyone under one flag. So, little things here and there. Like, it's little things here and there that could, that could be of great service to everybody. I really do see it as a major detriment to the Federation, especially. Like, again, there would be those who would worship these gods, and there would be a lot of moral argument if it's plausible to worship these things, and then realize, oh fuck, they're actually gods. They're actually real and they're dangerous. So that would put up a moral quandary in there. Probably not for long. I would say the moral quandary of, oh, do we stop letting, we're no better than the Cardassians stopping someone from worshipping their religion, or the Romulans stopping another race from worshipping their religion once they take over a planet, or so on and so forth. I think that stops once they realize, oh, these things are real and really dangerous. So no more chaos worshipping in the Federation. That's prohibitive. Everyone else, all the other religions, cool. Welcome aboard. But no chaos worshipping. But yeah, but by that point, the Chaos Gods are all about, patience. They've been around since time immortem. They can wait and let that plan kind of fall apart. Especially just influencing the right captain or the right senate in some star system. Yeah, the damage would already be done. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you think it would be like if the Chaos Gods existed in the Star Trek universe? It's kind of a long road. I didn't want to make this video too long. So yeah, you guys just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.